I would say that they were illegal aliens and ICE was just doing its job.
The U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency, or ICE, set a massive goal to arrest 3,000 people per day. ICE raids often happen in immigrant-heavy areas such as farms, businesses, and day labor sites. This recent undercover raid was in the car park of a Home Depot store in Los Angeles. While the raids disproportionately target Latin American immigrants, they also regularly single out Asian communities. In July, an ICE raid at this Asian food market in Amherst, New York, left many people reeling. Asian immigrants are also being targeted at garment shops, shopping centers, massage parlors, nightclubs, and restaurants across the US. They also face arrests at courthouses and during routine check-ins with immigration authorities. Llewellyn Dixon, a 64-year-old Filipino green card holder, came to the US as a child. She was detained by ICE in February 2025 when returning home to Seattle after a trip to the Philippines. She was detained for 3 months and was only released in May after a massive community rally and a judge who ruled she did not qualify for deportation. This is Melissa Tran, a Vietnamese mother of 4 who legally came to the US as a refugee at age 11 and was later issued a green card. She was convicted of felony theft when she was 19. For over 20 years, Tran complied with her annual ICE check-ins without any issues. But at her last routine check-in in May, she was detained. Tran remains in detention and her family and friends have started a GoFundMe page to cover her legal costs. A deaf asylum seeker from Mongolia, named only as Aframet to protect his identity, was held by ICE for 5 months without access to an interpreter. He was finally released in July. Another case was South Korean college student Yeon Soo-go. She was detained by ICE after a routine immigration hearing in New York. The Department of Homeland Security claimed she had overstayed, but her lawyer said her visa was still valid. Her arrest sparked public outrage and protests. After a tense period, Go was transferred to a federal facility in Louisiana before being returned to her family in New York in early August. Then there's Tae-hyung, who goes by Will Kim, a Korean-American scientist and permanent resident. On July 24th, ICE detained Kim, a green card holder, as he arrived at San Francisco International Airport after returning from his brother's wedding in South Korea. He's currently being held in a Texas detention facility. These are just a few of the reported incidents. ICE lists all of its arrests on its website, which includes thousands of people from Asian countries. Immigration arrests have increased sharply under Trump. Many of the immigrants detained do not have criminal convictions. Rights groups say they are often held without due process. And the raids do not just affect those detained. The fear of arrest impacts the daily lives of all immigrants, even those who are documented. ICE has reportedly deported nearly 200,000 people since the start of Trump's second term. They include this group of Southeast Asians. Between January 20 until the end of June, there were reportedly 4,880 people deported from the US to Asia. Among them is Filipina Esther Soliman, a Pennsylvania woman who moved to the United States 25 years ago and was in the process of obtaining a green card. Her children said they received a call from their mother from JFK International Airport just before ICE officials put her on a plane. Moham Karki, a documented Bhutanese refugee from Ohio, is now in a Michigan jail facing possible deportation. Karki received a criminal conviction when he was a minor, which prevents him from gaining citizenship. He is one of at least 70 Bhutanese refugees targeted for detention and deportation. His wife, Tika Basnet, shared their story with their newborn daughter in her arms.
4 months I'm fighting so my daughter can get her father back. And I told them, my husband wasn't born in Bhutan, but they did not listen to me. So they detained my husband. And in Bhutan, our parents were born, but they were expelled. My husband, my parents, all the Bhutanese had to run away because of ethnic cleansing. They promised us that in the United States we'll get our identity, we'll get our citizenship, we will get our green card. After many years living in United States, our identity is taken away.
The Trump administration is also seeking deals with countries around the world to accept immigrants that the US can't easily send back to their home countries, ramping up third country deportations. Some of the most striking images of this new immigration policy have come from this massive prison in El Salvador. The most high-profile case is that of Gilmar Abrego Garcia, who was wrongfully deported to this prison in his home country. He left El Salvador for the US at the age of 16. After a court ordered his return, the 29-year-old was brought back to the US, but he still faces possible deportation for alleged gang membership. But in a win for human rights activists, a US federal judge temporarily blocked the government's attempt to send undocumented immigrants to Libya in May. They included some migrants from the Philippines, Laos, and Vietnam. Immigration lawyers argued the African nation was notorious for its human rights violations. While there is support for Trump's anti-immigration measures among some of his backers, there's growing opposition to the aggressive tactics used by ICE and other law enforcement agencies. As the raids continue, Asian American communities are not standing by. They are organizing, protesting, and building support networks. Community-based organizations are among those getting involved by offering Know Your Rights workshops, legal aid, and setting up rapid response teams. As the fate of Will Kim, Mohang Karki, and many other Asian immigrants in the US hangs in the balance, one thing is clear: fear and uncertainty have become a part of daily life, making some immigrants afraid to go to work, seek medical care, or even send their children to school.